reached the end of the road in the USL Championship regular season, and for one club, they're preparing for the next journey, while the other's thinking about next year. We close out the weekend with match number 34 between Birmingham Legion and Oakland Roots. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by UCSF Health and UCSF Birmingham Children's Hospital. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I am David Gascon. Thanks for joining us tonight. Ricky, we take a look back at the week that was for Oakland Roots, how they found their way into the postseason.
And what a massive result this was for the Oakland Roots and Gavin Clinton. Exactly what they needed. Not an easy place to go into at Las Vegas Lights, but you found a way to galvanize the troops and grind out results. Johnny Rodriguez gets a goal. You look at Sinisteri, he scored a fantastic goal as well. And for Gavin Clinton, you're looking at this performance and saying, look, we can do what we expect to do, whether it's home, whether it's away. Not an easy, difficult place to go into Las Vegas Lights. Massive 3 points for the Oakland Roots.
Yeah, certainly impressive where they are right now, given the fact they've had such a turbulent season. They don't know where they're going to play half the time, and all of a sudden, now they know they're at least amongst the top 8 in the Western Conference.
And it's going to do a world of good for their conference to play freely, because you understand that you have a berth into the postseason. But if it started today, you go to Sacramento Republic, and what a result and what a game that would be for the Oakland Roots, because them and Sac Republic have played a fantastic round of matches, and it's a rivalry that is growing in USL Championship.
So we see all kinds of players that have lots of accolades. Johnny Rodriguez is one of those guys. Key player that we'll look for tonight, presented by UCF Birmingham Children's Hospital.
12 goals, 3 assists on the season. What does his relationship look like between Trayvon Reed and Sinisteri? Johnny Rodriguez has the freedom to go and search the game, but if you're Gavin Clinton, you want him to get on the end of things. How clinical can he be, and what does his service look like into Johnny Rodriguez here tonight?
Unfortunate for Birmingham, they were on the outside looking in of tonight's contest, and with the result that happened a few minutes ago with North Carolina, they got bounced out of the postseason, so now they have to worry about 2025.
And it's the first time in team history to not make a postseason appearance, because you look at Birmingham Legion, what Thompson has been able to build. That talent is there, but now it's just not clicking in terms of the results and the execution. It's going to be really interesting in the offseason to see what Birmingham Legion does in personnel, and what changes do they keep, and who goes out the door.
Yeah, unfortunate for a club that's had their up and down season so far, but Enzo Martinez, he continues to shine.
Mainstay for Birmingham Legion, who they want to be on and off the ball, true identity, his work rate. It's a really kickstart the attacking phase for Birmingham Legion. He's going to play as a number 10. How quickly can he get up the tempo? Because he needs to be really good for Birmingham Legion if they want to end this season on a high note.
Well, they certainly want to do that with a guy in charge, and Enzo Martinez. We'll see what the results are like here tonight. Coming up on their side, we'll get you the starting 11 and first touch. It's Oakland Roots, Birmingham Legion, closing out the weekend. We'll see how it all unfolds next.
The only way to win is to do it together. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots have teamed up. We are leading the charge to address food insecurity, empowering all athletes to improve physical health, and expanding the health and wellness resources available to the residents of Oakland and the Bay Area. We're committed to continuing our work to improve the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates for electricity.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust to put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross and Modelo. We are live here in Hayward, California with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I am David Gascon. We're live here at Pioneer Stadium Ricky, the starters for Oakland, por favor.
3-4-3 for Gavin Glinton. You're looking at Gomez and Donaciano. How good can they be in the center of the park at dictating tempo and playing the game at the speed that Gavin Glinton wants to? And then that front three, how expansive can they be? Johnny Rodriguez through the central, and then you have Trayvon Reed and Sinistera on the right-hand side. As for Birmingham Legion, 4-2-3-1 for Tom Sohn. Zuhair and Martinez, what does that relationship look like in terms of their balance? Because you cannot get spread open against this Oakland Roots side. Then you have Hamoda and Kavita. How good can they be at winning their individual duels and gaining some real estate higher up the field, the two center backs?
Yeah, it's going to be quite the challenge here tonight, just with the circumstances of this contest. Contest begins, and you know the fans here in attendance tonight want to root on a team, no pun intended, Ricky, that they feel can at least cause some damage in the postseason. We've seen it year in and year out in USL Championship action. Someone at the bottom end just gets stung. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm David Gascon, filling in for Mike Watts and Eric Dobransky tonight. Doing our best, as good teammates do. Ricky, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Should I call you Mike or David?
Whatever. Chef's choice, Ricky. It's all yours, man.
Good ball.
Good ball as it is on the approach. Everyone hustling back in transition over the left-hand side on a dangerous moment.
That needs to be a first-time shot from Trayvon Reed. You just already see the confidence from this Oakland Roots side. After the 3-goal performance away at Las Vegas, players getting more involved in the attacking third, whether it's Sinistera, Johnny Rodriguez, and Trayvon Reed. That relationship continues to grow as playoffs are right around the corner.
Oakland, where they stand right now, have 44 points. It was interesting having a chance to speak with one of their media guys in Tommy Hodel. He had mentioned Daniel Gomez is probably one of the staples of this team. For as good as Oakland has been, he's like one of those noticeable figures where if he's not on the pitch, things go wrong. And when they go right, he's somewhere around all of them.
He just gives you structure. Him and Camden Riley, who will be the double pivot for the Oakland Roots, because that affords now Donaciano to make those runs underneath Johnny Rodriguez. So you see a 4-2-3-1 tactical setup here for the Oakland Roots.
Given the circumstances of where they're at right now in the Western Conference, but looking at how the teams above them have fared, I don't think Oakland's going to be intimidated by anybody, whether it's Sacramento or Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Because they've shown that they can go to every single place and play any opposition to all of the USL Championship and have the ability to grind that result. You beat New Mexico earlier this season here at home. Blue City as well. You played some fantastic games with Sacramento Republic, so this Oakland Roots side on their given day, never an easy out. And Gavin Glinton is aware of that. He also is aware that if the Oakland Roots are not at their best,
play is going to be rolled offside.
They can also lose to any single play, any
true.
single team in the USL Championship, a team that has lost 15 times this season.
Early on in this contest, we're in the 4th minute. Oakland has had a year that will be memorable for them no matter what. But given the circumstances, given the venue, there were just moments in time throughout the year you just didn't know what you'd make of them. Well, they were a good team, a bad team, somewhere in the middle. They have found something, at least for now. Now the question is, what stems of this as we get into the first round of the postseason? I guess the other element in this, Ricky, is if you're Gavin Glinton, how do you play this out? Are you emptying the tank for your starters? Do you want to bring reserves in and give them some quality minutes? How do you format this 90 minutes?
It's interesting. I mean, because you look at the Oakland Roots as of late, over their last 5 games, 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw. So the rhythm and the form is not quite there. So you use this 90 minutes to get players confidence, to get them understanding the movements and the little change in the tactical way that they've set up, right? So you're getting players a little bit more comfortable. But you look at their last result, 3-2 at Las Vegas. So there is confidence there. There is the ability to grind out results. So I do think for Gavin Glinton, managing, right? Having the balance of getting fresh legs onto the field, but also you want to keep that game sharpness going into the playoffs.
Injury report 2, brought to you by UCSF Health. Birmingham, nothing on the docket. Babaka is out. Just an interesting time of the year where you just don't know where you're getting starters and reserves in terms of their attrition and how they'll fare. Spangenberg in between the pipes tonight for Birmingham. Searell on the opposing side for Oakland. Paul Blanchett. It is unfortunate that Oakland will not be able to get at least a home playoff game for the first round, barring obviously some things happening in the second round. Anything can happen. We'll keep a keen eye on what's going on around the Western Eastern Conference as this night comes to a close. Tons of matches that have been played already in USL Championship. We're not the only show in town, unfortunately, but we'll be observers as well to see what else is going on. New Mexico and Memphis giving it a good go. Sacramento and Colorado Springs just underway, along with Orange County and Hartford. Hartford has nothing to play for anymore. They got bounced out of the postseason because of the win by North Carolina. An expansion club here in USL Championship. Changing of the guard for them, though, and pretty good showing for a couple clubs. In fact, you think about North Carolina, you think about Rhode Island. Rhode Island absolutely tattooed Miami FC tonight, 8-1. Miami had 3 wins this year. Las Vegas had 3 wins last year, and now look at them. They're in 3rd place in the Western Conference. Not a whole lot brewing just yet here in the 8th minute. Preston trying to loft that one towards target inside rail. No such luck. For Birmingham, I guess, what is the approach tonight, Ricky? Nothing that you can do about making the playoffs. Do you want to have a good showing, but probably some guys that have not had a lot of minutes logged.
It's also interesting because you might have players playing for contracts, right? You look at Tom Stone, looking at this team and looking at 2025 and saying, how do players deal with adversity? No stretch of the imagination that Birmingham Legion wanted to be in the playoff picture, obviously are not. So that can play into the attitude, the effort, the body language of an individual. You want to keep business as usual, regardless of what next week looks like, whether you will be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, or will you be playing
oh my gosh.
in the postseason. So for a player that is on the field, you have to execute. You have to take this opportunity not only to end the season on a high note, but also to secure whether it is for a Birmingham Legion team or teams around USL, always looking for players to add to their squad.
Yeah, the other element, you just mentioned it with vacationing. Do you get the sense as a player that you've been around certain guys once they know the results in the final match?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's when you look at players that complacency cannot creep. That's a really good ball here.
Birmingham on the approach. Trying to do something offensively. No one has even made a considerable threat towards target. This one played into the box, but immediately removed. Cleared away by Hackshaw.
It's a good opportunity here for Birmingham. About 10 minutes in, a set piece, especially on the road in a hostile environment. Fantastic way to kickstart the attacking phase of the game for Tom Sona as we take a look at the head coach.
First quarter of the night. Foster will deliver it. Scraping through, is headed away. Down on the ground, Cyrell looking around, scrambling for a bit one side. And now Oakland trying to push forward into the attacking third. They go. Official has them onside. This could be a clean break, and the shot was simply airmailed. I don't know if you're going to have anything easier for Reed all night long, but he hit the extra gear and then all of a sudden shot that thing up to the heavens.
But something that we've said for Trayvon Reed, does all the hard work. Now you have to reward yourself. You're going to get that first touch out in front of your body. I mean, this is not. Hold yourself up. Your shoulders go back. That's why it goes up and over the crossbar. But it's that final product for Trayvon Reed that continues to lack. A player that has only 2 goals and 1 assist on this season always finds himself in really dangerous opportunities inside the 18-yard box. You need a better end product with that action.
Minute. Best read we've seen so far is a clean stretch pass to Trayvon Reed, who lifted a shot well over the net. A clean break against that man right there, Trevor Spangenberg. Enzo Martinez. Frustrating as it is for him not to be in the postseason. Preston lost it. Still picked up and controlled by Birmingham. Martinez had it for a moment and then lost it. Veneziano able to intercept. Decent movement in this match, but Ricky, not a whole lot of activity per se.
Been played at a really high tempo. Both teams that want to play the right way, let the ball do all the work. I really like what we've seen from the Oakland Roots in terms of the flexibility to show different looks.
Trying to stretch the defense out for Oakland.
As you shift into a back four, now you have Alexiv on that far side and Endrai on this near side. They give you the ability to be vertical, to stretch this back line while holding and maintaining structure through Gagi and Hackshaw.
Riley. Oakland just calmly moving this thing around the yard. Reed to Brood over on the right-hand side. Work patiently for the time being. Into the 4th minute. Reed again. He's got a couple teammates inside the 18. And forced away though, but he's stonewalled. We have a moment in the aftermath of both hurricanes Helene and Milton. The USL has partnered with United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the devastating storm left behind. To learn how you can get involved, scan the QR code or visit www.uslsoccer.com/Milton to ensure individuals and families have the access and resources they need to recover. Score yet, only one shot has been recorded. Cyril getting the start tonight for Oakland, only making his 6th start of the year. From 5 different keepers used for Birmingham Legion this year. Spangenberg, much like Cyril, getting his 6th start of the year as well. Record, though, not on his side, 1-3-1. Lofted up, complete miss on that. Jai headed away. Foster was approaching on it. Got a member of Birmingham that is down the ground. Check and see who this is.
He's so an explosive player. They were to talk awkwardly between him and Njai. Njai just mistimes the clearance, but yet results in an endangered set piece as Hernandez Foster stands over it for the Legion. And in-swingers are really testing this back line of Oakland Roots here.
Elton Garcia cleaning up the mess. It is in front of goal. Back post on the corner, on the goal line. Good defense by Oakland. A mad scramble in front of Cyril, and they escape. Sinistera couldn't do a whole lot with that. Spangenberg switched the pitch. Staying with Oakland, this drive is also sailing up, and away. Right back is take a look at Johnny Rodriguez, who was spotlighted. Pretty big moment for Oakland Roots. They announced that the team will play their 2025 USL Championship season in the historic Oakland Coliseum. So you can place a deposit now for as low as $5.10. Visit OaklandRootsSC.com today to learn more and make your deposit. To the 19th minute. Martinez lost the grip on it. Cochran with the intercept. Riley on the attack, out wide to Reed. Reed blows a tire. Gets back up. He's fighting it a little bit. Some choppy play right now between both sides. Birmingham with no numbers, everyone back for Oakland. Riley came closing the gap as well. This looks
I haven't really seen either team getting any sort of rhythm. Birmingham Legion have shown their muscle to be transitional, especially with their front four. Pino will play centrally, and Wegbo, Tabor Taka. Then you have Martinez and Corcoran pulling the strings underneath Suhir as well. So if you are the Oakland Roots, yes, you want to see a lot of the ball, but what does your shape look like when you're in possession to deny transitional moments?
Hackshaw. Rodriguez, who we mentioned in the top, 12 goals so far this season, 3 helpers. 26th start of the year, 32 matches. He will have a lot of pressure on him once they get into the postseason. More so than most, given the circumstances. There's Preston looping this ball in. Oh, and he finds the back of the net. Oh, he bends it in. Pure class there. Birmingham's on the board in the 21st minute. 1-0. That thing is filthy.
Out of nothing from Preston Tabor Taka. It's that touch right here that creates a little bit of space. Njai gets too tight to him. Out of your body, but just notice the momentum and the way that he closes up his hips at the last second. That's what gives it the pace and the shape to find that top corner. A player that has the quality to produce magic at any given moment. Oakland Roots can't believe it, and the Birmingham Legion take the lead here in California.
Nice shot, 21st minute. You're kind of giving that look like, man, that thing was just snapping through. It's a magnificent goal. 21st minute, 1-0 for the roadside. Cyrell was almost, I guess, say shocked to see the shot, but almost knew that he was beat from the get-go. Reed off wing. Gives it up, but a poor pass intercepted by Birmingham.
But yet again, it's a lack of quality in the final third from Trayvon Reed. That ball needs to be played into the front foot of Donaciano. If you do not play to him, you bypass him because Sinistera has acres of space on the weak side.
Jai into the box. One served up. Right around, at least for the time being, Birmingham able to recover. Seen an incredibly physical match tonight. Well, actually, not even marginally physical. Elton Garcia is yet to really get involved, their lead official tonight. Breaking a sweat, but that's about it.
Really interesting here. In terms of the location, plethora of options. Might see something off the training ground. Notice Donaciano right by our center referee. If he can make a run towards the face of the goal. Making a really good ball here for Hernandez Foster.
There's the pivot back. 21-year-old back over to Preston. Takes a tumble. Not malicious on the contact.
Njai having a really difficult time dealing with Preston. Tabor Taka. You combine power with skill and technical ability. You have a complete winger. Notice the left foot from Njai. There's no need to try to win this ball. Just move your feet. You get none of it. You get all of the player because you have help. Trayvon Reed is backtracking. Camden Riley has rotated over. Forced him into traffic. You win the ball back. But as you lose a little bit of composure, Hackshaw gets a yellow card. and you afford Birmingham Legion the ability to double their lead here.
Actually, yellow card the 25th minute, I beg your pardon. Let's see how this one is going to be served up for Oakland. Trying to come back down a goal. Decent defending for the time being. Foster trying to retrieve it. Cannot. While we have a moment, don't miss out on the final home stretch of games as we close out the season. Now it's time for the playoff push. Discount packages are available. Whether you want food and beverage included for a game or just looking out for multiple games, the postseason moves along. Secure your tickets now. Visit us at oaklandrootssc.com/tickets or call 510-488-1144. Quick chip. Giveaway here. Oakland doesn't have the numbers to support, though. Now to recycle this. Where do you slot Oakland as one of the 8 teams in the Western Conference playoffs?
Depends which Oakland you get.
That's true.
Because we touched on it, and Gavin Clinton, I think, will agree. Good run here.
Looking for Rodriguez. He had a toe on it, just could not muscle it in. Net was open for a moment. Spangenberg able to reset.
Going back to that conversation about the Oakland Roots, I think Gavin Clinton will agree, because the inconsistency now, that leaves a little bit of a question mark and can be interesting for some teams because you don't know what to expect, and not only with their performances but also tactically. The Oakland Roots have shown so many different looks in 2024. One thing that remains constant: when they're on their game, they can play with anyone, they can beat anyone. But I mentioned earlier, if you get an Oakland Roots side that is lacking in the simple things, their shape, their discipline.
Loose again for a moment. This drive from outside. Rodriguez is there. Oh, the left foot grabs some woodwork and stays out. Rodriguez found a lane. Let's see if he gets another chance at this. Fortunate enough for Birmingham, still holding the advantage. Team's Pino's down.
One thing that we've seen from Johnny Rodriguez is his awareness in around that 18-yard box. As his ball pops out, he thinks about getting around with his right foot, but it's more natural to continue with your momentum, and everyone thinks that ball is going to go to that near post. Really clever, and the way that he pulls it across his body to try to wrong foot every Birmingham player and just gets denied by the far post. Yes, he has 12 goals and 3 assists on this season, but I do think Johnny Rodriguez is one, if not the most underrated player in all of USL Championship. You talk about his movement, how clever he is, and a ruthless finisher, always knows where the goal is. You can get him confident and clicking. You can really have a threat once the postseason comes around.
Yeah, knack for the net. An attack full board. Trail on a play, be threatening any kind of way on the pitch. 30th minute. We'll have stats, we'll have highlights, some news and notes, and we'll take a peek around USL Championship. All of this at the break. Postseason right around the corner now. Final game of the regular season for both these sides. Oakland is in the postseason amongst the top 8 out west. Birmingham will not qualify for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Lou City, your team out east?
Have to think so, right?
Yeah.
You've seen untouchable and unplayable at times. Again, beating Phoenix Rising 4-1. Wilson Harris with the brace. Philip Goodrum adding to his total as well. Look at this Western Conference. New Mexico United losing at home against Memphis 901. 3-1. Memphis 901, I do think you add them with the Las Vegas Lights. They can be a dark horse in the Western Conference.
Something to say about Vegas once they get in, if they can. Speaking of trying to get in, that shot by Rodriguez, everyone for Oakland thought it was a handball. The only guy that matters, though, is Elton Garcia. He did not agree with the play. But we'll certainly take a look at it when time permits. Oh, out.
Stop
Goalkeeper,
that.
no chance. Oh, he can't get to it. Cyril is badly burned. That is a disgusting goal to give up. It is 2-0 Birmingham. Pino's on the board, and Cyril, there's not a hole big enough in the world to escape and jump into. Ricky, you've seen this 1,000 times.
Deadly in transition. You talk about the athletic ability and the pace to beat your individual marker to get to the ball, but also the awareness and the technical ability. Goalkeeper off of his line, up and over, and to get it on target. 10th on the season, 2nd for the Legion here on the road, and you see what it means to Pino. Fantastic goal for the striker.
So double-digit goals in the season for him, and that's big. And as you mentioned, Ricky, even though you're not making the playoffs, you still have some numbers, some things that you want to build on, and these are not only good for resume, but these are great for contract talk.
100%. And we mentioned it earlier in this game, David. For the Oakland Roots, yes, you want to have a lot of the possession, but that's far too easy to get beat. One ball takes out your whole back line, so now it's Hackshaw and Gagi backtracking in a foot race.
And this is just moments after Rodriguez hit a shot off the right bar, so a big turn of events.
When you're out of possession, it's defending 1-on-1. You always want to have a numerical advantage. You want to have one player touch tight with the attacking opposition, the other one providing coverage. None of that happened for the Oakland Roots, and then before they know it, they're down 2-0 here at home.
So Pino's marker gives him double digits. Minute. Oakland trying to give their fans something to root for. Speaking of it, fans, you can check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. A few days from now, the top teams will battle it all for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. You want some of these? That's what they call copy, Ricky. There's a lot of copy tonight for you. Lots.
I'll let you do that.
Our executive producer, Maria Ringo's giving us lots of homework tonight. On 3 hours of sleep, I heard. Shout out, Maria. Birmingham would feel a lot better about the night. They can clip off another goal.
And again, just having a really difficult time dealing with the verticality for Birmingham Legion. This team has so many options that they can beat players 1v1 off the dribble. Explosiveness from every single part of the field. Menzo, the left back, now showing a little bit of his quality. And Corcoran, Hernandez Foster trying to aim for this right on top of that 6-yard box to really test this back line for the Oakland Roots and cause a little bit of chaos.
Play 2 into the box. There's their third. Feels like the nail in the coffin on the night for Oakland. They have just come out so flat. And Birmingham has done everything they've wanted to them to the tune of 3-0.
Just too easy. You put the ball in a dangerous area. Really well taken by Nwegbo. Donaciano can't win his individual duel. Johnny Rodriguez cannot challenge for it. But it's a clever header. Understand that you do not need to hit it hard. Just simply help it on and glance it to that far post. Larrell can't do enough. And 3-0 in favor of Birmingham Legion.
I mean, this has flashes of Rhode Island, Miami. That game ended 8-1 in favor of Rhode Island.
Incredible.
They had 15 draws this year. 15 draws. But they turned those draws into eventual wins in the second half of the season. They qualified for the playoffs. So you get 2 clubs out east, Ricky. You get Rhode Island and North Carolina. Newbies.
On the other side, Miami FC has they conceded 89 times.
It's a lot.
This season. I don't even know if I can count up to 89.
It's tough. I think I might have said a few weeks ago that they could have possibly given up 90. The fact that they got to 89, that's unbelievable. Hackshaw's down. I don't know what caused Hackshaw to hit the ground like that.
Awkward coming together. Hackshaw, Corcoran, and Riley involved in it as well. Hopefully he's okay. I think he's a massive part of the Oakland Roots and what they're trying to do and who they want to be on and off the ball. Leader vocally, but the quality on the ball as well to break lines with his passing and win his individual duels.
Our lead official, Elton Garcia, is laughing. I think Hackshaw is. Ball driven a long way, rolling around. Spangenberg will clean it up. So Lou City, probably the best team in USL Championship. Wins, losses, points, the whole smash. 87 goals for. Miami, 89 against. Oddly enough, Lou City needed a miracle penalty to be awarded to them to escape Miami. Played them tough earlier this year. Ball played into the box, rolling around. Spangenberg comes out. We'll gobble it up.
And that's the area of the box that you need Donaciano to be crashing towards as the number 10, playing off of Johnny Rodriguez. So if he goes near post, you need to go far post. Ball falls exactly where you need him to be.
Nwegbo scored on a header moments ago. Drive from well out, easy to manage for Cyrell, and he bobbles that shot, and it beats him nasty to the far left-hand side. This thing has turned into a laugher for the home side. They're getting drubbed by Birmingham, 4-0 Legion. Preston with the brace. Check it out, Ricky.
Just so unfortunate.
You called it unfortunate? It didn't look like he was ready, did it?
And to say that he should make, he knows it exactly. There's a little bit of movement on the ball. But you just see the reaction from the goalkeeper in the aftermath. Frustration, disbelief, and it goes from bad to worse for the Oakland Roots.
Wow, a brace. So he gets on the board for the second time tonight. Nothing. What a shocker. 42nd minute. Fans who have come to the yard expecting a competitive match have seen anything but. While we have a moment, watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings today. Second minute. At this rate, I don't even know if there'll be added time that'll be warranted. This goes back to exactly what you said, Ricky, about you don't know which Oakland team you're going to get in the postseason.
It's just extremely inconsistent, especially on the back half of this season. Just to go back to that Trayvon Reed opportunity, the ball hits the back of the net. It's a completely different game. And especially as playoffs are right around the corner, every decision matters. If you don't take your chances in the attacking third, you're going to get punished. How clinical can you be in critical moments? And it's been a perfect example of how competitive this USL Championship League really is.
No doubt. Birmingham looks like the team bound for the postseason. Oakland looks like they're ready to hit the golf course. Could be a difference between mentality between the two squads. Cyrell hearing it from the hometown faithful. So we'll have some stats and some highlights. This for Birmingham at the end of this first half. Reed, Jai. Rodriguez hit the goal post right around the 31st minute. Since then, just a collapse of sorts for Oakland. Now at the match and how it has unfolded, might be a moment once we've reached the break that both head coaches empty their benches. decent quality time for reserve players. Rodriguez. Got to imagine his night will be limited now, given the impact of the breakdowns in goal for Oakland.
Probably not the halftime talk that Youth or think Tom Sohn or Gavin Glinton would expect after 45 minutes here. And for Tom Sohn, really couldn't go any better than what you've expected, especially after the results against Indy, where you lose 3-2. And that's for the Oakland Roots. Just continue to break down throughout your defensive structure.
Well, they're looking for a fifth, trying to aggravate this defense of Oakland. Minutes of stoppage time. Martinez trying to craft something inside the 18, but could not execute. Rodriguez waiting for some reinforcements, but no such luck. Could have been for Oakland, certainly is for Birmingham. Preston trying to capture a hat trick on the night. Ooh.
Tough challenge. Giant Preston, Tabor to Taka. I'll tell you what, it seems like something was said here from Endra. Whether he quickly reacted and pointed to our sideline referee, the assistant. Him and Tabor Taka have been going at it through the entirety of this first half.
I don't think I've ever seen a lead official stand up a player. Wow. Imagine this will be the final act of this first half whenever it's delivered by Mac Shaw. And it will be. This 45 minutes has been dominated by Birmingham. The play hasn't been overbearing by the Legion, but regardless, they've made the most of their opportunities. And that man right there, Preston Tabor Taka, he has a brace. 4-0 for Birmingham. Who would have thought?
Just taking care of the moments. Players are making plays, and it's been a breakdown after breakdown in the defensive side of the ball for the Oakland Roots. Their frustration coming out from within. So now you need a reaction for Gavin Glinton and for Tom Sohn. How do you continue this momentum?
Yep, easy night at the office for Birmingham Legion. They got on top, and they've been relentless ever since. And the first half of play, Birmingham Legion all over Oakland Roots. Final game of the regular season, Legion 4, Roots nothing. We'll be back.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city, restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop for 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
How can someone so cute be so complicated? Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't many adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates
Back here
for
at the end of the
electricity.
first half, Birmingham Legion leading Oakland Roots by a score of 4-0 with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm David Gascon. Well, that first half is something to forget for Oakland. Speaking of forgetting, they're going to move on to the Oakland Coliseum next year, saying goodbye to Pioneer Stadium. Take a look at all of that in the new home for the Oakland Roots. Team, take it away.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second guessing everything. Every coach's decision, every referee's call, every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Back here at the end of the first half, Birmingham Legion all over Oakland Roots, the tune of 4-0. Read that right. Preston Tenort Taka with a brace this contest so far. It's all Birmingham Legion. Ricky, take a look at some news and notes. What do we got around USL Championship?
Nate Steinwasser scores a goal against, you can guess, Miami FC from the spot.
Oh
Fantastic for Nate Steinwasser. And nifty 50, Enzo Martinez becomes the 5th player to record 50 assists in his USL Championship career. Fantastic for Enzo Martinez. And talk about Rhode Island, the first time that they've been able to clinch a playoff berth with 15 draws, which is the record for the most draws in a regular season. The newcomers, Rhode Island, what a fantastic job for Connell Smith after scoring 8 on Miami FC this evening.
8.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Out-of-town scores brought to you by Visit Oakland. Get out of the town and visit Oakland, explore the arts, culture, and world-class cuisine.
Take a look at Charleston Battery. They end Atlanta United in their playoff hopes. North Carolina gets in. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, what a turnaround that was for Bob Lilly, as they end 7th in the Eastern Conference. North Carolina 8th. Blue City takes care of Phoenix Rising. Tampa, massive 3 points, as they will end up in the 6th spot. And FC Tulsa, Monterey Bay, 2 teams that are battling and both eliminated in postseason play.
So that's at least one slate. The second half of action, not good for a couple teams.
Miami FC, 89 times they've been scored on. 8 they got scored on this evening. San Antonio, Alan Marcina and company, what a disappointing season it was. Detroit City, Danny Dicchio, they will play at home in Keyworth in the playoff. Fantastic result on the road. Not an easy place to play in. They get all 3 points. And then how about Memphis 901? Currently sitting in the number 2 spot in the Western Conference with 51 points. They take all 3 points from New Mexico. 0-0 at Orange County and Hartford, and then same in Sacramento and the Switchbacks.
Oh, that is big. So lots of things still being shuffled around the Western Conference standings. Right now, Birmingham will not qualify for the postseason. Unfortunate for them, Oakland will. But they're getting trashed right now. 4-0 Birmingham with the lead. We'll be back.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
The only way to win is to do it together. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots have teamed up. We are leading the charge to address food insecurity, empowering all athletes to improve physical health, and expanding the health and wellness resources available to the residents of Oakland and the Bay Area. We're committed to continuing our work to improve the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Do you like getting cash back on your credit card? A free coffee when you fill your cafe's punch card? A complimentary dessert with your restaurant order? Then you'll like getting a 5% discount on your electricity with Ava Community Energy's Bright Choice service. Visit avaenergy.org to learn more about Ava's low rates for electricity.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust to put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Oakland Roots Sports Club is back, and it's never been easier to get in the game. Season membership packages and single tickets start at just $25. Join us now at oaklandrootssc.com.
Back here at the break, 4-0. Birmingham Legion with the score. This broadcast brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross and Modelo. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm David Gascon. Ricky, first half highlights. The show is yours.
Yeah, it gets crazy here for Birmingham Legion starts with Tabor to talk about how he isolates Enja, and he goes centrally. It's that first touch to create a little bit of separation, and you talk about the quality of the finish. The way that he closed up his hips gives him the momentum, but also gives him the shape to have it bent back into that far post. Birmingham Legion up 1-0, and then you just talk about transitional moments. The disconnect between Hackshaw and Gagi. Pino comes right in between, but you talk about the awareness and the technical ability from a number 9. Gets his 10th on the season, and more importantly, he doubles the Birmingham Legion lead here on the road. Catches the goalkeeper off of his line. It's a really cheeky and fantastic finish from Pino, and it goes from bad to worse for the Roots. And Wegbo gets across. Venaciano out-leaps Johnny Rodriguez, and that action together helps it on 3-0 for Birmingham Legion. And close your eyes if you are an Oakland Roots supporter. Preston Tabor to talk. You don't shoot, you don't score. Everyone's going to want this one back. Hits him in the hand. There is a little bit of movement, but it's a save that he should make easily, especially at this level. You see the disbelief for the goalkeeper. You feel for him, you feel for the Oakland Roots, but in reality just was not good enough for the Roots. They're down 4-0 at halftime.
Ever scored a goal like that?
I always put my top corner.
No, that's a lie. I did see your top. I did see one you scored from midfield.
Also my top corner.
Did it? All right, never mind. I get it. That was a disturbing goal. That was that one moment. I think it was when I first met you, and you're like, Google me.
No, I did not.
I'm like, all right, Ricky, I get it, Ricky.
I did not say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
That was a pretty dirty goal, though. Scoring from midfield is just. We got some changes. Changes coming up. We'll identify those in a brief moment for you. Three changes for Oakland. Necessary, yes.
So the changes for Gavin Glinton. Mish Nadir, Sherry will play it as a lone striker, making his impact felt immediately. Rasmussen coming in for Enja on the left-hand side, and Niall Logue will pop onto that back line at the center back position for Hackshaw. So you have to think, as Hackshaw's on a yellow card, that's a little bit of man managing for Gavin Glinton. Johnny Rodriguez, you want your leading goal scorer healthy. Take him off as well. It's Enja Rasmussen, a player that has been influential in this 2024 campaign for the Oakland Roots. What does his impact look like in terms of his energy, which he always brings?
So there's some changes made for Oakland. The question of how quick Birmingham goes to their bench. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Matches that are still being played here tonight. Orange County and Hartford, Sacramento and Colorado Springs. Just did not expect what happened here tonight. Wegbo gave it up. Probably a little unselfish there. He had an open lane to pull the trigger and elected not to do so.
Just looking at the live table, Orange County and Oakland Roots come into this game sitting both at 44 points. So that can give a little bit of a twist and turn about the travel situation for next week. Sacramento and the Switchbacks both sitting on 50 points as well. So still a lot left to be determined in the Western Conference.
Yeah, when you look at travel, though, at least it'll be pretty easy for New Mexico and Phoenix. Probably about a 45-minute flight. That would be a real drag, though, for Orange County, having to go to Memphis. Oakland and Vegas, you know all about that. It's a quick flight. Eastern Conference is officially set. All the pieces are laid down. Lou City gets North Carolina to open up. They're hoping to avoid the bug that stung Pittsburgh last year when they got upset in the opening round by Detroit, 1-8.
Talk about that Tampa-Detroit City game. That's going to be really interesting. Rhode Island going to Indy 11. So many matchups in the Eastern Conference that you have to look forward to. Good strike here.
Pretty good fought off, though, but Spangenberg, who has not been tested at all this evening. One shot that went off the right bar from Johnny Rodriguez, but outside of that, he's been relatively quiet.
He's been the most active player for the Oakland Roots. Sets up his defender really well. 2 touches to his left-hand side, quickly changes his balance. It creates separation. In the end, good save from Spangenberg.
Low line drive into the box. Spangenberg just volleys it to a teammate. He's turned into a volleyball player for a moment, spiking that thing down. Just a little bit more life from Oakland to begin this second half than all of the first, frankly. Field level access, it's not too bad. We'll do this thing all over again. Spangenberg again with a punch out. Birmingham trying to counter immediately. Foster out wide to the left-hand side. So 3 changes for Oakland, nothing yet for Birmingham. I'll imagine right around the 65th minute, Tom Stone's going to go to his bench. Disciplined performance, no less, for Oakland, but the slate will be wiped clean next week.
It's a really interesting decision as well for Gavin Clinton to bring in Cherry over Dom Dwyer. Every single time that we've had the ability to speak with Gavin Clinton and the Oakland Roots front office, it was a very consistent message, trying to get Dom Dwyer as fit as possible, get him up to speed. And you have to think that a match like this, the 45 minutes that he was able to play, would have been a luxury to have. The next MLS player that has so much success in his career.
It's blocked in the way through.
know if he's dealing with an injury or something that we're not aware of, but in my opinion, a really interesting and telling decision from Gavin Clinton.
Good hustle here, some heavy contact. Fans looking for a call. They want the elite official to point to the spot. It's not going to happen.
Goes down far too easily. Trayvon Reed. Roof gets to the ball right before him, trying to look for something. Good no call in the end for Melton Garcia.
Down. Fans, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. You go on that show occasionally, don't you? Never go on the show?
Never.
Never?
Not cool enough.
Mike Watts does not invite you on.
Does not.
Devin Kerr does not invite you on.
You?
I'm not part of the varsity team.
Oh, stop.
Yep. It's JV over here.
Stop.
Freshman squad. It's good. Week in and week out. Get a good deep dive into the USL Championship, especially at the prime time of the year. Birmingham looking to make a change in a moment. And now Hamuda will depart. Ronale now coming into the affair.
And he'll play essentially next to Kavita. Two center backs are probably the top choices for top zone, as we've seen them mostly throughout 2024. And Hernandez Foster has been a really important piece of Birmingham Legion as well. The ability to play that final ball. Really start to build a core and a foundation in terms of the consistency of the lineup for Birmingham Legion. Really intriguing to see what Tom Stone does in the offseason. Who stays, who goes, who they bring in. One thing that is for certain for Birmingham Legion, the talent is always there. Now how do you turn that talent in terms of the execution?
Ball lofted up, but nowhere around for Oakland. Not a whole lot to write about in the Sacramento match. Oakland trying to get on the board here. Rasmussen is a shot going high and wide. Looked like it was Riley. That was the case. Camden with a quality chance inside the 18, but missed it.
Fantastic ball across from Alexei. But notice the way that Camden Riley approaches this ball. He needs to lean a little bit away from it to give his leg the ability to get as high as humanly possible so he can swipe down on the ball. And doing that, that'll keep it underneath the crossbar. As he's leaning back, that's why it goes up and over the crossbar.
So my first thought would be if you lean back, that's when the shot gets elevated.
You lean away from the ball.
Oh, okay. Played into the box again, but his defense is good there.
And so when the ball's coming at you, you try to lean away from it so you can give that snapping motion for your leg. But in doing that, you have to have the right amount of balance, and your shoulders cannot go back. Watch out here. That's a handball, it seemed like.
Yeah, it looked like it from my eyes, too. We'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard in just a quick minute. Quick look in at another match. Has some playoff implications. Two-thirds of the match has been concluded here. Shots in this contest, all the advantage favoring Birmingham. 4 shots on goal to just 1 for Oakland. Oakland did hit the woodwork once. Johnny Rodriguez. Possession's been controlled by Oakland, but that doesn't mean anything, especially with a 4-0 lead. Far side official, the flag up, labeling it offside. Quick look in Orange County and Hartford. It's promising to start for Orange County. They got on the board early in the second half, 53rd minute, in fact.
Fantastic goal from Ryan Dogman, but going back the other way, Marcus Epps. Vertical threat. Composure. It's a really good goal from an experienced player for Brendan Brookside.
Like nearly like a 2-on-0. Foot race here. As fate would have it, we look in, 2 goals scored, we look away. Orange County just scored again. So 3 goals in the matter of, what, 4 minutes?
Fantastic strike from Dogman yet again, a brace for the outside back.
And we do have the ability to call both matches.
I know you do.
We got those skills, man.
Talented.
Get you a little Cuban coffee, you'll be good to go, Ricky.
Only varsity can do that. I'm
That game has an impact just in terms of where Orange County will bear in the Western Conference standings. For as good as the year has been, you look at the logjam all the way across the board in the West. New Mexico, 8 points better than Memphis, but Memphis has 51 points. Vegas, Sacramento, and Colorado Springs have 50. And then Oakland and Orange County have 44. Phoenix has 42. Point differential from first to last was 27 points. New Mexico to El Paso. Point differential from first to last out east, 65. Spangenberg looking on, trying to pick up a clean sheet tonight if he can. Top of the box, that ball hit a foot in front. Oakland still stymied. Just do not want to enter the postseason like this. Goes right back to Birmingham. Community investment round is back. You can become a part owner of Oakland Roots and Soul SC now by heading to wefunder.com/Oakland. Fans 18 and up can join the ownership group for as little as $100 today. Memphis leading New Mexico 2-1. Sacramento and Colorado Springs still scoreless this drive. And Wegbo grabs the right bar. Perfect placement, but just missed. That was eerily similar to Preston's goal in the first half, where he had some good bend to his action. Looks like we'll have some changes. Perez going to come in. Miguel Perez, that is. Edgar Cruz will also enter the fray.
Going back to that last opportunity for the Legion. Sinister just simply loses track of Nwegbo, gets caught ball watching. That's a big no-no. And you afford Nwegbo the ability to pick up his head at this level. Everyone can place the ball exactly where they want to. Enough bend to beat the outstretched arm of Cyrell. Just gets denied from that far post, but fantastic technical ability from Nwegbo on display.
Mensa with a good delivery too. Nwegbo just could not finish. Riley took his head off. Now it comes back, but he's not on the ball and had his head up all the way, misjudging it. Martinez, good veteran move. Conclusion of this match, we'll have full-time stats, highlights, and also a final peek at the playoff bracket. We have the ability to update everything in real time. Wegbo is at the top of the box. Ball never got to him. Martinez was hard charging on it. Decent contact. Got a yellow card that's issued here. 69th minute. Let's check it out.
This time from Enzo Martinez just comes through Donaciano, who is really slow to come up. I don't think there's any ill will there from Enzo Martinez, just trying to make a play on the ball. And doing that, comes through. Here goes Donaciano.
Yeah, injury timeout brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities everywhere. Martinez with the booking. Let's take a look. The brace that we were talking about in the first half, Ricky, just the way that Preston was able to unload on both goals.
As an attacking player, it's so important to have the ability to create your own space. First, it's that touch centrally. Now this one, yes, the strike is probably not the best. It's straight at Sorrell, which he should make that save, but it's the first touch that takes two Oakland Roots players out of the game that sets him up for success. Coming into this game, Sabre Taka has 2 goals, leaving with 4 through 71 minutes here.
Donaciano going to come off the deck and off the pitch. Not good for him.
Not a sight that you want to see if you are an Oakland Roots fan. Donaciano willing to play plethora of positions for the Roots. We've seen him play wide, deep. Started as an attacking midfielder. Good to see him walking on his own power, but you have to think that his night is over.
Ooh.
Right there. Not what you want.
Well, that is brutal.
Seems to be favoring that right foot. No offense to Martinez. Stomps on it.
Really feel bad for him. Lofted in. Immediately removed. Dwyer will come in for Donaciano. Really feel bad for Donaciano. Back post, and Riley was the intended recipient. Riley was better off just being in the middle near the 6, as opposed to the backside, but 6'3", not even able to elevate and utilize his size. Another attempt here. Riley could not get to it. Had some pretty good contact though inside the 18. Sacramento and Colorado Springs still scoreless. Orange County 2, Hartford 1. And here is 4-0 Birmingham. Change up here with Oakland trying to go on the move. Got a moment. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download today. And a great job by Birmingham tonight, Ricky. Not so much for Oakland. Surprising.
17 plus remaining. It's going to be really interesting for the Oakland Roots and Gavin Glinton. Because yes, you want to walk into the playoff in form, in rhythm. So they can get one back here. It's going to do a world of good for the Oakland Roots in terms of their confidence.
Who do you like out west anyway? You had to pick a team of the Western Conference.
Putting me on the spot here.
Always. Spotlight.
That is tough.
It's like if you were at Live nightclub or something in Miami. Living the dream.
I think Las Vegas Lights comes out of the West.
Really?
I do. I think what Dennis Sanchez has been able to do.
They didn't look good tonight against North Carolina. They didn't look good last week.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. I don't think it'll be New Mexico.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think New Mexico's played above their ski or over their skis. I do feel like, I mean, it's chalky to take Sacramento, but I feel like Sacramento or a Memphis club can do the damage.
Sacramento's been struggling as well.
Yeah. I still got to stay with my Eastern Conference pick of Indy 11.
Okay.
I'm stuck on it. I have to stay with it.
If all stands, Oakland will be going to Memphis in round 1.
Well, that's going to be brutal. That won't even be a direct flight either. So whether they go from Oakland or out of San Francisco and go down to Memphis, they're probably going to have a stop either in Las Vegas or in Denver before they get to Memphis. So that's going to be a brutal flight.
That game happened on October 5th. And the Oakland Roots, true 1-1. Camden Riley getting on the end of it, scoring the lone goal. So you can take some confidence from that if that ends up being the place that you go out and play for the Oakland Roots.
The other team I'm thinking about now is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was so horrific to start the year, and then Bob Lilly he turned that team up on its head, and then they have just played lights out ball to close out the season. I don't know statistically what their chances of making the playoffs were when we were talking in June or July, but they went from 0 to 60 quick.
And it's an interesting one because it's Bob Lilly, and you would always expect that. It was not a matter of if, it was a matter of when they would turn their corner, but the way that they ended the regular season, just fantastic form. And a well-deserved playoff berth for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
It was almost like they had that hangover of last year where they had all the success, Players Shield and all, and then they get dropped in the first round by Detroit. And they lagged and sleptwalked throughout the regular season, open up this year before finally hitting the alarm clock and they let loose. I mean, they're not a sexy team. They're not a team that's going to score 3, 4, 5 goals on any given night, but man, they can lock you down. And I think that's something to say for Bob Lilly and his group, that they know their style of play, and yeah, they could take that on the road and win.
Conceded, if not the least amount of goals in all of USL Championship as well. Just moments like this for the Oakland Roots needs to be a little bit quicker and cleaner from Camden Riley, because you have about 4 players on this near side wide open. If you just pick up your head and put the ball into the dangerous area, now you can ask some real questions of Birmingham Legion in this back line.
Birmingham making like difficult for Oakland to start. Not to say that Oakland did not have some moments to capitalize. They squandered them. Now they're going to be required to recover quickly. Pretty good shot. Match hasn't been overly physical. Now I've seen some players nicked up. Reed back to his feet.
Rasmussen here, you're aiming for right between that 6-yard box and penalty mark to cause a little bit of chaos here.
Lobbed it in though instead. Pena with a goal tonight, and Wegbo with one. Should have had two. It went off the right bar. Preston with a couple. This thing has not been close at all. Back post, carry him around. Martinez there to clean up the mess and get it out of harm's way. Pino wanting to get it back. Ball's out wide to the right-hand side. They do have some numbers. Pino was left alone on the left, but elected to take that shot as it goes screaming wide to the right. Could understand in that moment not to give it up. Looks like we'll have some changes. As Matthias is going to come into the affair. And Wegbo will depart. Matthias will come in.
Number 7, Timo.
5 changes for Oakland tonight. 3 now for Birmingham. I think at this point in the match, everyone just wants to make sure that they leave this contest unscathed. The players that continue to next week, no injuries, and for those getting ready for the offseason, making sure nothing is too serious that would require any kind of off-season surgery. Minute. And this match has been decided for quite some time. Now it's just a matter of if Oakland can break the spell and eliminate a clean sheet for Spangenberg.
just too many touches from Trayvon Reed yet again. As you bring in two Birmingham Legion players, put your foot on the ball and rotate it. Keep the circulation going. Frustration starting to show in terms of the decision-making for the Oakland Roots players.
Drive on goal. I think it was blocked in the way through. Spangenberg almost had that redirect behind him for a goal.
It's a good strike here from Sherry. Yet again, it's that second touch. A wicked deflection. Spangenberg's beat. If that's on target, is that a handball? That's a question mark. Wow. Does seem like it's your right arm of Kavita that makes himself bigger. I think Birmingham Legion gets away with one here.
Quick chip, but taken away by Oakland. Johnny Rodriguez, the team's leading goal scorer. Looks like he'll be stuck on 12 goals to end the regular season. Most he's ever recorded in a single year. This is a complete role reversal of how these two squads met the last time they linked up. Oakland smashed Birmingham to the tune of 4-1, albeit last year in May 2023. Oakland, they're just trying to worry about what's in front of them now. Not worried about Birmingham and this match being all but conceded. Training and recovery. Donaciano nicked up by Enzo Martinez. That'll be a question mark for the first round of the playoffs. Crafty move inside the 18, a shot that cannot materialize. Decent defending there for Oakland. Well, that drive was going to go on goal, and they score! 5-0 here in the 87th minute. You talk about a play that had no reason to unfold. Cyril was caught dead asleep.
Enzo Martinez, a play that we highlighted in the open. No pressure on the ball. Does it take a deflection? Really difficult to see from that angle. Straight shot, not even a courtesy dive from Cyril yet again.
I mean, he's not losing the ball in the sun. He's completely flat-footed. I am perplexed, Ricky Lopez-Espin. I mean, Martinez scores that goal, but and the man from Palo Alto, I don't know. I don't understand, to be frank with you. Kind of been to the tune of how Jekyll and Hyde Oakland has been this year. The good, the bad, and everywhere in between. Enzo Martinez obliges us to take a shot.
Third time this season that the Oakland Roots have conceded 5 in a game. Last time was against their rival, Sacramento Republic. They lost 5-2 on July 21st. July 13th, they lost 5-0 against Pittsburgh Riverhounds as well.
You have 10 goals in 2 games. It's very Miami FC-esque. Well, that header just misses the far bar. Take a look at what was happening with Orange County and Hartford. 83rd minute, and the equalizer is found right there.
Edwards. Really good goal from Edwards.
2-2.
2-2 in Orange County.
Orange County have been pretty scrappy at the tail end of the season, to the delight of their fans. We're going to have 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's not the way to close out a season if you're an Oakland Roots fan, but at least they get a mulligan. As we keep our eyes on this. We do have another update from Orange County. We can take a peek at that now.
Oh, the ball. It's on the end of it. If you can get him going for Danny Stone, be a real difference maker for Orange County as Enzo Martinez sees the second yellow. 2 yellows is a red, and a red is an early shower for Enzo Martinez as he's in the face of Elton Garcia.
That's brutal to do that in the final game of the regular season. It's a bad look. And Martinez is usually not this hot, so
there's a little bit of contact. Yes, it's a foul, but to see a second yellow, I think it's harsh from Elton Garcia. You see the disbelief, and I tend to agree with Enzo Martinez here.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate to see a yellow card with that action.
Is it because of the time in the match?
I think if anything, if you're Elton Garcia, you let it go.
Yeah.
It's stoppage time.
Enzo with some colorful language that I can't repeat. Ricky, if you'd like to.
No, I'm good.
All right. Just offering.
I don't say those words.
Fair enough. Big thanks to our entire award-winning crew for helping us with tonight's broadcast. Executive producer, Maria Ringo. Very stressful night for her. She was like air traffic control, leading the charge. The playoffs are here. This is the best time of the year. We do have the cup sets, US Open Cup, and now we'll have probably a match or 2 and with some grace as well. That shot missing wide. Sherry.
Shout out to Victor, Manny, Juan, and yourself, David. That's how you end out the regular season, and that's how Oakland ends their regular season. A 5-0 defeat to the hands of Birmingham Legion, who end their season as well, at least on a high for Tom Sohn. Took their chances extremely well. Big 3 points for the Birmingham Legion.
Well, big thanks for joining us this evening. Oakland Roots and Bart want to make sure you get home. Visit bart.gov. Planner to plan your trip today. We've reached full time. Preston with a couple goals in the night. Birmingham piled it on. They blew out Oakland tonight. 5-0 was the score. Oakland falls to 13-16-5. Birmingham improves to 13-15-6. They close out the regular season and pick up 3 points. We'll be back.
How can someone so cute be so complicated? Someone so grown up still have so much growing left to do. We know kids aren't many adults. Their still developing bodies and minds need specialized care, including physicians and care teams who focus on treating kids and only kids, which is why from everyday to emergencies, kids belong at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals.
Eating a balanced diet and being physically active are two of the most important things you can do to be healthy at any age. Fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins can help control your weight and prevent heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Regular exercise can help boost your mood, digestion, and sleep. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots encourage you to eat right and get active. For additional healthy tips, come visit us at oaklandrootssc.com/anthem.
Post-game show. Final score tonight. Again, 5-0 Birmingham over Oakland. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Anthem. And then Timothy Cyrell victimized many of times in the night. Look at the full-time highlights in this thing, Ricky.
Starts in this first half for Birmingham Legion. Preston Tabor-Ataka gets his first touch and creates a little bit of space. Top corner, fantastic strike to get his first on the night. You use the momentum to your favor and the swivel of your hips to get the shape on the ball. But can they get the double? 3 goals for Birmingham Legion. Can Preston Tabor-Ataka get his brace? That first touch is exquisite because he takes out 2 players from the Oakland Roots, and it's an uh-oh moment from Cyrell. Straight at his hands. He should be making this save every single day of the week. You see the disbelief for the goalkeeper. 4-0 walking into halftime. And then it's Martinez. No pressure on the ball. Put it on target. You gave yourself a chance. Not even a courtesy dive from Cyrell. Very uncharacteristic-like for the keeper. And that is 5 goals for Birmingham Legion. But can they end this game with 11 players? And the answer is no. Enzo Martinez gets a second yellow. That's a red, an early shower, and you see the disbelief for the captain for Birmingham Legion.
So he sees red. USL playoff bracket. All down now to the 8 on each side. Pick your winner, pick your poison. It should be fun though.
And as it stands now, Oakland Roots will go to the Switchbacks as they ended in second place. Orange County and Memphis line of 1. Sacramento and Las Vegas. I think that has to be the game of the Western Conference in round 1. And then we go over to the Eastern Conference. I mean, you have Detroit City, how good they've been at Keyworth, and then Charleston Battery welcoming Bob Lilly and their River House.
That's it. That's
Battle
it right
black
there.
And yellow.
Yeah, that'll be fun. 2 versus 7. Pick your poison. I think that could be the matchup where we see an upset for the Eastern Conference in Charleston Battery. Well, that being said, we will say goodbye to the end of the regular season. A good night to you and good night to all. We still got the playoffs, but the regular season is over with for Birmingham Legion. It's vacation time for them. Oakland's now moving on to the postseason. For my broadcast partner, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and our entire crew, hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you again for joining us this evening. Oakland Roots and Bart want to make sure you get home safe. Visit bart.gov, planner to plan your trip today. This is David Gascon saying so long. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. So long.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.